and notice two individuals.
Hmm.
A black-haired woman in blackish purple robes talking to a blue half-dragon.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
And in their conversation, you notice that like he's walking back and forth and she's like standing at a desk, and he gets here and he turns around and he looks through the flap and sees you, and you can tell that he sees you, and he chuckles, and you see him start to walk out.
Oh boy.
um and he looks to the guard and goes, um give me 1 second. I gotta look at this. Gotta look at the thing. He looks at the guard and goes, "Wing." And the guard like stands to salute. He goes, who's your friend here? And the guard goes, "Sir, member of one of the recent bandit groups that came in, something Ravens." He goes, and he looks at you. He goes, "I'm not. What Ravens? I'm sorry, I don't know the group."
Rough Rider Raiders. Yep, Rough Raven Raid. Blah, blah. I'm getting tongue tied, IRL. Fuck you. Rough Raven Riders. Rate.
Rough Raven Riders,
Raiders.
Raiders, Rough Raven. I'm got it. Okay. He goes, "It's fine." He just looks at you. Goes, "Good name, interesting. Hmm. When did your band work themselves in? I don't. I'm assuming you're one of the sects of one of these other groups."
I'm more of a fresh recruit. You'd have to ask the boss lady.
Interesting. Well, carry on your business. And you just hear like a and he just walks away. He walks into the cave.
Sure, no.
And just behaving like like as he said, a new fresh recruit. He looks at the guardsman and goes, "Does that mean I was lucky just now?"
You are very lucky. Commander Sion Rath usually if he talks to you, it means he's got an interest in you. Usually he's either dismissive, or if you're unlucky, you get chopped in half.
Gotcha.
So be prepared to move out. You'll probably get sent on a raid soon enough then.
Understood. There's no kind of salute for this group, is there?
Not one that you need to know right now.
Gotcha.
And then as what would you like? Are you going to go back to the ladies, or what is your plan? Shut up.
For now, I'm going to trust that Maxine can do the best sneaky sneak that she can.
Mhm.
And keep playing the role of fresh recruit that thinks he's hot shit.
Right.
And go back.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you go back, so Rhoda, Milk, and Clinks, you all saw Sion Wrath come out, have that little conversation with Prixicon, and then just walk away. And as Prixicon returns to you, probably with a little oh shit face on his face, you see a woman come out of the tent, And it is the woman that you all spotted while on top of the post, on top of the tower, and just comes out and goes, "Thank you, Rosa. Where did he went into the cave, ma'am?" Ah, and she just like grumbles, "When I tell Resmir," and then she also just walks into the cave. Maxine.
Yes.
You are 50 feet away from the half elf man who has been beaten and looks hungry and starved of drink.
Um. Okay, I'm assuming like realistically, I can't get much closer without like guards being like, "What are you doing here?"
Yeah.
Okay, so make
Like you
mental
could,
note.
yeah, you could see that like there is a drake close by, but it's like it looks in and then it just kind of like wanders back and then kind of like they're very much like a we've got our prize strung up, nobody's gonna fuck with it, but also like all these guards are like in view of you.
So behave. Um. Think thoughts. Oh, from here, can I see that he's alive?
Yes, you can see that he is alive. As I said, as you get the closer up, he looks as if he's been severely beaten and just uh unfed.
Mm, okay. He's tied up with ropes, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah, he's got he like in the picture he's got his wrists chained.
Mm.
Like he's got chains on his wrists and is basically like held in place.
Mm.
And the chains retract into those two like dragon mouths that are on top of
Things.
the cross.
Alright then. So make a mental note. Um, a lot of mental notes. Cave, lady, this guy. Okay, so make a mental note. Especially make a mental note of these mother. just to make me feel better. Go. Okay then. That's upsetting. Oh, question.
Mm.
I want to make sure that's not like a token thing. These guys aren't the same as these guys, right?
They are the same.
Ah. Well, sadness has befallen my kingdom. Okay.
Yes, these guys and these guys are all in a similar garb, wielding similar weaponry. And as you got past these guys and are in view of these guys, you all notice you specifically notice a a little moniker pinned to their splint.
Oh, question.
Mm.
In my or in our wanderings through the camp, have we found out where the guard quarters are?
No. See, that's the thing. You guys have been moving in and out, and like you've been name dropping. Rhoda got the little bit that she got. Clink's got the little bit that she got, but you guys haven't really gotten. You guys haven't really spent time getting information at all. That's the thing. You guys mostly just kind of like name dropped yourself and kind of just slipped yourselves into position, so you haven't really found out that much info.
Go up to one of the guards, offer them cookies, say I want to leave it at their tent. Okay then, so I make note of everything. Maxine would just like to chill in this general area.
Okay.
See if there's like a swapping of guards. see where these people are going, or if they're just being like corralled here and whatnot. Just kind of to get a more familiar lay of what's going on.
Okay. Um. So yeah, you spend some time there. Basically, like you spend some time as like Prixicon was talking to the guards and whatnot. Um, basically, as you like start to step away from the half elf, that you can piece together is probably the Master Leosin. You noticed a blue half dragon move into the cave past the guards, followed closely by the woman you saw outside of the woman you saw in Greenest that was leading the troops go into the cave after him.
Mm-hmm.
You hang out for a little while. You notice that like these guys are doing work in that area. There doesn't seem to be a cheating of the guard. Um, it just seems these are the daily guards kind of feel.
Gotcha. Okay, then I would like to make my way back to the party.
Okay. Um,
Would you like
so
me to
yes.
roll another stealth, or no? Am I
No,
good?
you're all right.
Cool.
So yes, eventually group Maxine returns to you. What is it that you guys are discussing when Maxine returns?
I know.
Hmm?
So, Prixicon, when you mentioned a boss lady, who are you referring to?
His
The one that
accent.
went.
Yeah, it changed a little bit. Don't at me.
The one that went into the cave after CM Ref.
I thought you were establishing a boss lady in our group, the Raiders.
You went a bit quiet there. What'd you say?
I said I thought you were establishing a boss lady in our group, the Raiders.
Ah, right. Well, you were the one that talked to the kobolds.
I spoke to the kobolds. Maxine spoke to the kobolds.
Oh.
If anyone,
Memory
it's
slipping.
Maxine. No worries. That's what we're talking about. We're trying to establish who is boss lady in this theoretical group.
Yeah. So as Maxine, as you like return to the group, they're like, yeah, no. Maxine has been the one that's been doing all the talk, like all the talking and repping us as a quote unquote group.
Yeah. Isn't
What
that
now?
right?
My name?
There she is.
The boss lady.
Finally, after you dropped me mid convo earlier, disappeared into the crowd on
Just
me.
fucking left.
Left
Left
me
me all
on
by myself.
left me on red.
You bought me and then left me.
This is our boss lady. Is that correct, Clink? Clinks.
Wait, what was? Sorry, what was that?
This is our boss lady. Is that not correct?
Yes,
Clinks is dying.
a little bit.
Thinks is all choked up from the emotions.
She's allergic to Greg.
And just after Maxine makes herself known, just looks around the tent, notices Mr. Man, just motions that we should probably move a bit.
Yeah.
He's on the other side of the tent.
Yeah.
So what did we find out?
Oh,
So, this is. I am fairly certain that this is the gentleman we are looking for.
Leosin.
Yes.
apparently it was put up as an example. Denied food and water. Apparently by the lady that went into the cave.
Right, the same
Okay.
lady that was in our town. My town.
You know,
And just so my bad memory doesn't flare up again, the guard said Mondath, right?
Yes.
Apparently, that lady's name is Mondath. That ringing a bell with anyone?
Yes, she has Lenathon's jewel, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
That's true. She is the one that promised Lenathon the
Winter's Heart.
the Winter's Heart. And Rhoda, that is the name that the bandit you were fixing up, you were quote unquote fixing up, mentioned was the one that put out the call.
Ah, okay. I'm sorry. Lenathon?
The Blue Dragon.
Lenathon is the dragon.
Yes.
I'm gonna put an unnecessary apostrophe in
I thought you already had one.
that. Fair enough.
there's more. 2 of them.
Lenathon.
Another quotation marks.
Yeah, it's Lennithon.
Oh no, that's not what I put at all.
No, it's
L-E.
not. There's also no apostrophes.
I just feel like it's necessary. When it
Except
comes
it's
to
not.
dragon names, like there's gotta be an apostrophe in it somewhere.
Except there's not. And he would get mad.
It's not like we're going to be spelling his name for him.
Right,
I mean,
yeah,
you don't
yeah.
know. You don't know. He'll be like, I want you to write my name.
He will be like, "Speak my name, mortal, in letters."
Welcome to the Dragon Spelling Bee.
You don't know. Maybe he wants to. You've talked to Chronic and maybe he wants to see it written out.
Your word is hors d'oeuvres.
But no, yes, Mondath was the one that promised Lenathon the heart of winter, or Winter's heart,
The
sapphire.
Lady Mondath told the dragon Lenathon that she'd get him the heart of Winter's sapphire.
Yeah, it is a white sapphire called Winter's heart. That is what Maxine and Lenathon talked about in Greenest. I was saying for you that Mondath is the name the bandit gave you of the one who put out all the call to the different bandit groups.
Right.
Yes.
Because she wants the other bandits to help her find the sapphire.
No,
No.
she was the one that was like, "Hey, come help us do what we're doing, and we'll give you power and money."
Right.
She just promised Lenathon the
The
jewel
sapphire.
to help with raiding the town.
Right. But didn't Lenathon tell us the jewel was down here?
Yes.
He said that she has it in their bandit camp
Right. Why didn't he just come down here and get it? No offense, Lenathon.
because he wanted you to get it because he's a blue dragon. It's beneath him.
He's
That's
a jerk.
specifically what he told Maxine.
Oh,
If that is beneath me, I will do this if you go get it for me. I will
okay.
leave and stop burning the town and stop lightning the town down.
Gotcha.
That was the deal.
So the point was the dragon sent us to do his dirty work from somebody
Yes.
else that was already doing his dirty work.
Well, no, he was doing her dirty work. He was what the conversation him and Maxine that Maxine told everybody. He was attacking the town under Mondath's orders because Mondath told him that she would give him the gem.
Right.
He found it beneath him to be attacking such a pitiful town and following her orders. So he was like to Maxine, I will leave, but you have to go get me the gem
Gotcha.
because that is my treasure now.
Gotcha.
And
I think
because
he
Max
torch Mondath, but that's just me.
and because well no, because that was the thing. He was also under orders that he couldn't. He was like, I'm not allowed to touch her, but I want that gem and I don't want to do this.
Right.
And Maxine had also said to you when you guys were all like, well, what was that about? That it was blue. She knew how to talk to a blue.
Mm.
That this is the kind of thing they do.
Yeah.
The second thing I found out, Sunwrath seemed to go along with a little fib.
Oh yeah, that was the other thing. You all have now seen that Sion Wrath is also here. And you three, not Maxine, heard him basically just be like, "Oh, hi, new recruit. Okay, cool, bye."
Yeah, go along with the lie.
Right, but he knows, yeah.
Oh yeah. No, he
'Cause
came out was
respects
like,
Prixicon.
And last thing I saw was that both of them went into the cave guarded by those guards.
But Prixicon established to Cianrath that that Prixicon had a boss lady, or was that just to the
Yes.
guards?
No, it was. I mean, let's be honest. He probably knows his bullshit, but
Yeah,
yeah,
but the point is he's in on
in on the lie.
the Ravens thing. Yeah.
Yes.
Also,
And
a small detail that I've noticed that could be of very big consequence. We should probably find somewhere not here to talk about this, actually. Because we are, yeah, too close for comfort.
all right,
There's this
let's
tent right here we
go.
can dip in.
Let's move over to this tent over here.
What would be a good tent to dip into, actually?
You guys are looking for a tent to hide in?
To talk covertly.
Yeah.
That one.
Would it be to our advantage to kind of
Here?
stay a night here at the bandit camp and fit in enough so that in the morning maybe we could slip in? You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Does that make sense?
Sleeping in the bandit camp.
Like
What
we're
could go
essentially
wrong?
camping with them.
Hey, let's camp in the
Ha,
Gorge of
ha.
Blades. What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, Gorge of Blades. That's never happened before.
But yes, you guys find this tent big enough with nobody in it that you're able to and nobody really around that you guys can go in and have a private talk as long as nobody just decides to randomly come in.
Right. So, what was bothering you, Maxine?
Oh, I wrote one quick thing was so it's become later in the day, right? You guys got here around midday. It's now probably reaching close to dusk. I will say that it's easy enough to grasp that as you were finding this camp, the status of this camp is becoming more organized as the day goes on.
Mhm.
Whereas they were loose and just milling around, all the commotion that kind of has been going on, the camp becomes calmer, but it also becomes better organized. You notice that some of the guards start going on a more normal routine.
Mhm.
And whatnot. So it's the morning high of we just came off of a thing is starting to calm down, and they're starting becoming more of an actual status of duty going on. And that it is probably good that you guys entered the camp when you did.
Gotcha.
We found the low point essentially.
Yeah, you guys basically found the lowest point, entered, and now it's they're not becoming alert. It's just that they're becoming more organized, more duty organized, more duty focused in their actions, becoming an actually guarded camp and not just four kobolds on a rock playing cards.
It's
Well,
basically Tuesday. You're recovering from the Monday hangover. Now you're getting back to work.
I mean, for the rest of the day and into the evening, maybe we can just continue to try to fit in as far as reinforcing our existence as the Raven Raiders and keeping an eye on people and making sure that we're steering clear of the people we need to steer clear of and kind of fitting in so that when we're wandering in places we shouldn't necessarily be wandering, we're not going to get questioned, that sort of thing, more infiltration.
Any illegal gambling going on? We can make some gold.
I mean, there's no law here. The law is just don't fuck with the guys in the tent.
It's not illegal if there's no laws.
Go make some gold. Quick gold. Someone's got to be playing some card games. We can rig that shit and win.
you're not a Tabaxi rogue right now. Calm down. But no, I'm sorry. But Prixicon was asking Maxine something when you guys first entered, and I just before I
Sure.
interrupted, I just wanted to let you guys know that as you guys walked into the tent, it's becoming dusk now, and there's more organization to the camp.
Sorry, Prixicon, what were you saying?
I was asking what the important thing of consequence that she mentioned was.
Yes, we maybe treading into something a lot bigger than just a normal bandit camp raiding towns.
Oh, lovely.
The signet on or clasp on the guards around the tent and in the cave belong to a very specific group of cultists that have very nefarious means.
What kind?
You?
And that's I will say, like, Prixicon, when you were talking to that guard, you didn't notice it, but like thinking back, you're like, oh wait, there was a class, wasn't there?
You just see his face go from typical to yeah, he's an angry lion. Very angry, scary lion right now.
I'm gonna glance over to Clinks. Does she seem as lost as I am? Clinks, do you understand?
A little bit.
A little bit. Can somebody fill me in?
That's a lady that attacked the town, and I'm guessing there's some big scary blue thing in the cave that they're feeding animals to. So I think there's some scary shit in that cave. I don't want to go in there.
What sort of cult are we talking about?
Dragon cultists.
I'm still
Yes.
my character's still gonna look a little perplexed. She doesn't really understand the concept of dragon cultists.
Or the reason I came to Greenness in the first place. I'm guessing just looks at Maxine. Same for you?
So when Prixicon does that, Maxine does reveal, like from one of her pouches, a clasp that looks exactly like the guards ones, but in red. And she was like, a clasp that looks exactly like this, belonging to the dragon cult. And yes, 100% Prixicon, that is why I'm here.
Do I recognize that at all?
No, you have no idea what they're talking about.
Oh,
Or,
so nothing.
no,
Nothing my
I'm sorry.
dad might have had.
I'm sorry. No, yeah, you know the cult they're talking about, but no, you don't recognize the class because your dad was just a smuggler. He didn't have any of that. He was like the third party brought in, but you know that they're talking about the same cult that your dad worked for.
So the two of you came to Greenest tracking this cult.
He just debates. It says 3.
3.
I also come looking for the call.
4 then.
Okay.
And out of character, I'm just hesitating to talk about it since Mizu's not here. I don't know if he's watching the stream.
That's fine. I'll say, okay, this is news. Tell me. I mean, these are my people. Tell me more.
That's. I'm gonna have to ask Mr. DM because obviously I probably would have done some research into it, but I don't know how much I would know as a city guard.
The only thing that you would have gathered from what you've been looking for is that because you've been on the trail of the cult. It's what led you to Greenness for the reasons you have. The only thing that you've been able to pick up is that in the last few years, they've change their tactics. They didn't used to be the way that they've been.
Mm.
Otherwise, like you know that you did research when you heard about it, and you know that at one point in their history that they were very much about raising dragons as Draco Liches, but in the time that you've been searching for them for that reason, like you know that they're called the Cult of the Dragon. You know they used to be like all about Draco Liches, but after like the last few years, they've seemed to have dropped off the map, and that's pretty much all you know.
And that will be the information I relay.
Yeah, that.
Rhoda's gonna hone in on the word Draco Lich. Does Rhoda understand the suffix lich in this instance?
Yes, I mean, of course, yeah, yeah. I
And
mean, anybody in this world will understand. Like, if you say a lich, like,
okay. I didn't know if it
you
was
know.
like a common
So here,
understanding type of word.
only just because you're not familiar with the Forgotten Realms.
Mhm.
9 out of 10 times, or I should say, at least 75% of the time, when somebody brings up like a magical thing,
Right.
there's at least a legend about it. Like
Okay.
it's 9 out of 10 times a thing.
Right. And I know I'm kind of part of the Emerald Enclave, so I might be aware of some things.
I told you. I think I told you something.
It's very possible, but it may have been 2 months ago.
I think I may have told you about something else.
I feel like all of us live with so many versions of lores in our head that we're not sure which character knows which thing anymore. That's why I tend to play intelligence-based characters, so I can be like, oh yeah, my character knows that.
What was it? I think you would okay, so like as the Emerald Enclave, like you would know about liches and the dangers of a Draco Lich being a thing. But I believe what I had told you was that they had told you that red wizards of Thay had been seen in the area, and that's one of their mortal enemies.
Okay. So,
Uh,
my character can gather this is a serious business situation.
yeah, you can gather the serious business about about the cult, about it being a cult, and then bringing up that there was Draco Liches involved. Past that, you're not really sure. The cult itself isn't familiar to you, but the concept of a Draco Lich and them possibly being involved in that, or whatever they gave up being involved in that to be involved with, is bad.
Okay.
Especially because the Emerald Enclave is very anti-undead.
Right, yeah.
Or anything unnatural.
Right, yeah, we don't like that kind of. Wait, I'm unnatural. Oh no.
I mean, ironically, apparently many groups and people in the world of Faerun view dragons themselves as unnatural beings.
That makes sense. In this context, dragons are like physics-defying monstrosities, so.
Because
And also, most likely, because the chromatics are the ones who interact most.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what was it? One of the books I just finished reading, they were like, they had to go fight a red dragon, and they were like, yeah, no, red dragons. They are the most abomination of the abominations known as dragons, and the
they get, the way that
and
they
the
can
and the
fire. That's not.
They're the sucky dragons.
I mean, at least it's not cloth.
but yeah, no, but overall though, yeah, you get the idea that this is all bad news.
Right, yeah, over the course of the conversation, I think those of us that are not so familiar with the concept of dragon cults become familiar with the concept of dragon cults and that they're not good. And the dragon cult, whoever it is, this dragon cult is gathering a lot of straggler bandit groups and promising them wealth and power and that sort of thing to kind of gain attraction. A space traction, not attraction. To clarify, some
It's gonna be
traction.
like birds where?
Some traction. Gain some traction.
I'm going to resume in character.
Yep.
Well, since we know this much now, what's your reasons for looking them up?
Who, me?
Both of yous. Don't worry, I'll share too.
No, that was 100% in character. Maxine going, who, me?
Yes, that was in character.
Okay, cool. You can see she's very hesitant and like thinking about a lot before answering. Um, let's say I have a benefactor who wishes to get more information on them.
Just slowly raises an eyebrow. Lets it lie at that. Oh,
And me, it just boils down to my father did bad things, and I need to right his wrongs.
and as for me, rumors that one of my childhood friends got taken by the cultists. I'm trying to find her.
Oh, come on, man. That's a legitimate reason. You're going to make me feel bad.
So what I'm gathering is this is not new.
I heard everything but the last word. This is not.
New.
No.
Well, all of this is kind of new to me. I never really had much going on for me before. Not much before this, to be honest with you. It wasn't until recently I started to be able to do this kind of stuff. Never had powers like this before.
I'll reach over and give Milk a hug. Feel like that's appropriate.
We should all have kind of like a group all our stories are kind of sad.
Here's a. What did I sign up for? Kind of look.
Maxine 100% repeats that look, looking at Prixicon.
I don't know why this cult turns its eyes on the place that I call home. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm in it with you.
As for what we should do, I don't know. Sanrath, this feels odd to say. Doesn't seem.
You fought
It is
him. He's
difficult to say.
honorable.
He's honorable, but I'm not sure if he'd abide standing down if he were to get actually taken down. Though, if it were presented as a term of the rematch, he starts thinking to himself.
The last time I was in the eye of a storm like this, I ran. And I don't think that's what we should do.
Naturally, it'd be foolish to reveal ourselves in front of at least 200 something bandits, plus the significantly less honorable lady that he hangs around.
Right.
You know what? How about this? We go to I know a field where we can go kill a bunch of pigs for hours. We'll come back when we're all
Damn
buffed.
it, Luke!
We'll kill them all.
was wondering where that was going.
We're the South Park party. Uh,
We'll come back and we'll be level 17, and then they'll be sorry. Ah.
uh,
Hold on, guys. Let's go back to Green Nest and grind a bit. We'll be back.
No joke. Okay, but for serious.
uh,
Damn it, Milk.
So
I
as they're all-
an insightful thing to say.
As they're all talking, Maxine is fiddling something with something in her pocket, like very like noticeably, as she's like about 1,000 miles away from this conversation in her mind at the moment.
Could I realistically
If anyone notices.
pick up on the? I mean, my wisdom is a +4. Could I pick up on this straight up like dissociating rogue?
I mean, how much like how undercover of fiddling are you keeping?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Like, she's
Like-
definitely distracted, so it's not her normal like sleight of handing. She definitely has something in her pocket that she's clearly twirling around in her hand.
So would mid conversation would somebody notice that? Is it like an obvious like if you and I were like if we were talking and I was fiddling with I was fiddling something in my hand and I went quiet while you were talking to somebody else, would it become noticeable about how like quiet and fiddly I am?
Would we notice your hand moving in your pocket like a weirdo?
Only just because I don't have players roll against players because that's unfair.
No, yeah, that's
Ah.
fair.
Like,
So
hey,
it-
what are you doing over there?
it comes down to do you think Maxine's fiddling would get noticed?
Clink's
I would say
pretty
probably,
quiet,
yeah.
Too, so
Then yeah.
while they're having their group hug, just gonna lightly tap Maxine on the shoulder.
Maxine like quickly like snaps out of it as she looks at Brixicon, and she slowly reveals a different signet. DM, you want to describe it?
Yeah. So Maxine holds out a signet that is a it kind of looks like a badge in a way, but it is an all black like badge, kind of looks like a shield in a way, and on it is an engraving of a silver dragon, like rearing up with wings spread, on it.
like our monk
And-
Prince Joker.
Kind of very similar, different design, but something very similar.
Okay.
You know my faith. I feel the need to ask. Would I recognize that?
I don't know your faith.
Torm.
Oh no. Hmm.
You see
Mm-hmm.
why I ask. You
No.
see why I ask.
No, you would not, because there's specific reasons for why not. But no. You do not recognize the symbology.
Hmm.
And no, I didn't. I completely blanked. I had no idea you were a follower of Torn. But no, you do not recognize it. It, like, as I said, it does look familiar to the choker, but like basically like if you took that dragon, laid it down on its stomach and made it look like it was flying horizontally, yes. But so it is basically the same dragon, but it is kind of like, yeah. And the badge shape itself isn't like a straight up shield. It's kind of like a I'm not really sure how to describe the shape. But kind of like if you look at it and you kind of like made like a rudimentary kind of like head shape, kind of like a skull shape type of thing, but not.
What?
I I'm trying to describe it without like going away. It's like it's not like a shield, but it's got like a rounded top. It comes down at an angle, and then it kind of comes in, kind of like the face, like the cheekbone area of a skull, kind of thing, and then flattens out on the bottom.
Like that?
Oh, that's right. I can draw
Yeah.
like this.
Where are you drawing?
Up.
Kind of like that. I ran into characters.
Ah.
Okay.
That's what I mean. Like a rudimentary skull, like you go do 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 do, but it's not a skull.
Gotcha.
So
So like a
it's more
clamshell
kind of
kind of type thing.
kind of like that. And then there's like a dragon here with its wings spread. And then 7 swords spread around it.
No.
Yes. Stop it.
We're
Oh,
drawing the
no.
dragon.
No.
I deleted it. Okay. I deleted mine.
I was in the middle of my dragon.
I don't care.
No.
Rude.
He's like, I'm gonna try
Um,
to kill you
Very
next combat.
rude.
But yeah, that's the kind of symbology. It is not recognizable to you, Prixagon. It does not have any correlation to Torm.
I was mostly asking because there's a.
I know.
I'm
I
not
know
sure
what you're.
how related to it.
I know what you're probably thinking of, but
Yeah.
Prixagon probably does not know that.
Gotcha. It's all this.
So yes, this is the main reason why I'm here. It's part of an order that very much goes against the Cult of the Dragon. You can say they're like arch rivals, I guess. And
Interesting.
my whole business is to basically investigate to some degree and get the more information on them and what exactly they're doing, as they've been quite silent in the past couple of years, and it seems that their direction has changed from what they used to be doing.
Mm.
Well, what about you, Clinks? Do you have some sort of secret history? Clinks coughs and dies.
Teru? I think Teru died.
No, I'm just being a slight jerk. Terry's like having like the allergies season happening.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay because Maxine has dropped her bombshell. There has been some sharing, and we can continue the sharing next week when Mizu is here, hopefully, and can also possibly share.
Okay.
I.
Clank said she'd share later when she's not coughing.
Yeah. So we will pick up with Maxine explaining that she is part of an order that is the arch rival of this cult,
I like
and we will pick up the bombshell truths of everybody finally knowing that what everybody's doing, and ironically all being on the same page without knowing they're all on the same page, except for Rhoda, who has no pages.
it. Hey, random caravan troop, go.
Dun, 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 dun,
Well, at
dun,
least-
No pages yet. I know I wrote the thing for you. I just don't remember where
I
I put
have
it.
enough pages where it's like, essentially the dragon cult just threatened the town that I'm in right now, so that's enough of a motivation.
I do as the voice guides.
I have that additional backstory bit of like finding an elf.
There's no. I wrote. I put down something that was about the Emerald Enclave, but I can't remember where I put it.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I had sent it to you. I know that I think it was just that they said that the Red Wizards of Thay had been in the area recently.
Angry because small.
You're not that cool.
Oof.
Listen, angry because small man is the coolest person on the planet. Nobody can tell me otherwise.
I think
Yeah.
the coolest person on the planet is a Lalafell.
No, the person behind the Lalafell is.
Oh, nope. That's what I heard.
But no,
Alright.
yeah, we will close out with that,
Good
with
game.
bombshells, with
Uh,
with Nurage.
We should be all good next week, yeah?
Yep,
Yeah.
I'm good.
Cool.
And clearly, we all gained 5 levels.
Yeah.
No.